It's about to get messy.
What it do, y'all, and welcome to episode 5, I believe, of this Let's Play. Pretty sure it's 5. I don't know, I got cut off because I was too concerned about my program glitching out, being a little punk. Because I'm still new to this all. Like, man, I'm doing so many things that I never would have thought that I would have done. Like, last episode we was talking about the first time that I ever got in a booth. And we're going to finish that story. And we're also going to try to take on this Pidgey. Hopefully we can capture it because it's level 6. You can't see it now because it says it's par. But it's actually level 6. Anyways, yeah, so they gave me a pen and a pad and they put on that beat. My parents are sitting next to me. There's like 6 or 7 like grown men there that have been doing this for a while, that have performed, that have made money off of this, judging everything that I do. And so I'm sitting there, I'm writing it, and like 5 minutes passed, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And they all looked at me like, you're done? You're done what? Right in the first bar? I was like, no, I wrote the whole verse. And they were like, let me see that. And they seen that, yeah, I had 16 bars there. I had a full verse done. Because that's one thing that I've always been proud of, is I'm quick at writing. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be like top notch, you know, but I can write pretty darn quick. Because when I first was rapping, I mean, that's all I ever did was just freestyle. Everything freestyle. I didn't sit down and write stuff. And they're like, all right, well, let's put them in the booth and see what's going on. And they had a closet. Like, it wasn't like an actual, like, this is just like an extra room that I built down in my basement to, we're gonna switch. This is like an extra room I built down in my basement so that I could record videos and music and whatever it is that I want to do. But they had like a closet that they had, and they fixed it up and everything, and had like monitors in it and stuff. I mean, it was pretty cool. But I kind of like my booth better because it's more room. But that's also because I wanted to make videos, so I had that in mind while building it. Okay, let's see. Come on, moment of truth. Last Pokeball. Get him, yeah! I was actually worried. Last Pokeball, I don't think I got enough money to buy more. So we good, that was our mission. We wanted to get at least a Pidgey, so we got a Pidgey, level 6 net. So we're pretty good. I want to level up my Pidgey. Tiny bird, very docile. If attacked, it will often kick up sand to protect itself rather than fight back. Not my Pidgey. My Pidgey will whoop your butt. Oh, I don't want to give it a nickname. My bad. And yeah, so I get in the booth, right, and I'm like real nervous because like I'm in there by myself, but I know everyone out there can hear me because the way that a studio works is like your microphone goes into an interface, and the interface is hooked up to a computer and everything. Like that's how it all. That's how it records you, but they're actually able to hear, like, all I can hear is me in my headphones. I can, like, hear the beat, and I'm hearing myself recording, but they actually hear it outside of the room, live, while I'm doing it. You know, I can't hear nothing that they're saying, but they can hear, you know, me rapping and everything. So I'm, like, extreme. Well, I'm still trying to freaking catch a Pidgey. I was, like, really, you know, really nervous. Like, most of all, nervous to what my dad thought, you know, because he was the one with the money. So if like anyone was gonna try to help me out and help me pursue whatever career that I was after, it was gonna be him. And here I go bumping into walls and signs and everything else. You know, so I recorded it, and they were like, hey man, that was good, but we need you to put more feeling into it. You know, you have to show emotion, otherwise, you know, it's just boring. You can't just be like da 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 da. You gotta go in there, you gotta tear it up. So I did it a few more times, and it still wasn't right, because like the song was kind of like like a fighting song, right? It's called, listen to this. This is before I was called Messy, alright? Back then I wasn't called Messy, but the song was called Don't Mess With Me. See, that was just like telling you what was to come. Eventually, I would become the mess that stands before you or sits before you. Today. Alright, so who we gonna level? We're gonna level up Pidgey. Gonna level up Pidgey. Yeah. Actually, no, we can keep going because the fight isn't even right after this. Like, there's other stuff to do. Right, what were we supposed to be doing? Because we gotta go through Viridian Forest, right? That's what it is. Trainer tips. Catch Pokemon and expand your collection. The more you have, the easier it is to fight. Yeah, a lot of people like to do that too. It's called jumping, and it's some little punk stuff, if you ask me. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Finally, like, they were just like, okay, picture like some dude that you hate and rap it towards him. And so I did. I pictured myself. I'm just messing with y'all. I have to roam far to get new kinds of Pokemon. Look for other types outside of Viridian Forest. Okay, and what you got to say? Are you going to Viridian Forest? Be careful, it's a natural miss. Oh yeah, that's right, because we gotta fight all these trainers. That's why I wanted to have more Pokemon. Yeah, I came here with some friends. They're out for Pokemon fights. So let's find these dudes, whoop them, and show them what we do. Oh, and dang, I don't got no more balls. No more Pokeballs. I ain't got no more Pokeballs to catch me some Caterpies so I can get some Butterfrees. Dang. Wait, all this Pidgey knows is Sand Attack? Oh, snap. So we really gotta... They don't even know Tackle? Wait, does Gust an attack? See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know nothing about... Okay, good. Gust is attack. I don't really know nothing when it comes to the game part of Pokemon. Like, I play it, well, I'm not like a strategist or nothing like that, right? I mean, it's just like... you know, you got some people that like to watch football, and then you got other people that like keep up with like all the players and all the stats and everything. And I don't know, it's just it's too hard for me to be like that because my mind is like in so many places at once. If I knew everything about all the stuff I was interested in about, then I'd probably go insane and end up like having an aneurysm or something. Hi, do you have a Pikachu? No, that is it's just a rat. You dumb broad. Last wants to fight. But anyways, yeah, so after that, after I recorded that, they got, you know, they were impressed. Like, I wasn't amazing, but they're like, yeah, dude, this kid's 14 years old. You know, the way that they saw it was like they could shape me and they could mold me into what they wanted. Kind of like how Birdman did Lil Wayne. You know, when you got someone that's young and that has some talent and that you can train, you know, it's a good deal. So like they were talking about shouting me out in songs and everything, and you know, working with them and being on CDs, and I was like excited, man. I was like super excited. Like they gave me a copy of the recording, and we were driving home. My dad played it over and over and loud too. He was bumping that stuff, man. You know, you would have thought my dad was a gangster at that point, because the guy that it was his actual song, he did the hook for it. And what's funny is alright, this might sound like some Kanye stuff, but when I listen to music, I'm not talking about like lyrics, I'm talking about like a beat. When I listen to a beat, I can hear words. Alright, level 7. Certain sounds bring out words or feelings and stuff like that in my head. So while I was listening to this beat, I just kept hearing don't mess with me, don't, and like over and over. And so like that's what I wrote my song about, was basically saying like, yo, don't mess with me, because I got tired of trying to tell people like I wanted to do music, and they were like, oh, you can't do music, you know, you're nobody, blah blah blah. So that's what I wrote the song about. And then come to find out, the dude, his original song that I never heard before was called Don't F With Me, except without, just the F, it was the full word. And so he did the hook, but instead of saying don't F with me, he said don't mess with me. And then I was just like, whoa, like that kind of felt crazy. I think that kind of impressed them too. They were like, yeah, this guy, he gets the emotions behind songs and stuff, like what sort of beat goes with what type of song. I mean, I don't know, I might be reading too much into it, but it was like a crazy moment. Cause then I put that, cause back in the day, this was like freshman year in high school. I had a Zune, cause I was gangsta. I like Zunes. I've never been an Apple person. I never was into like iPods and stuff. I had a iPod Shuffle that I won in a basketball game. We can talk about that in the next episode if y'all want. But yeah, I took it on my Zoom to school and let people hear it. And it was just one verse. It was a hook, a verse, another hook, and then a spot for another verse, like in case I wanted to like write some more to it. And I took it to school and I started showing people, and okay, we found a Pokeball, so maybe we can catch a Caterpie. I started showing it to people and they were getting excited. Like they were like, man, this is actually like really good. Like they were like dancing and everything to it, and I don't know, that's one of those memories that when you ask yourself, why do you do it? You think back to that and you're like, because I want to feel like that more. I mean, I'm just overall like the type of person that likes to create. Okay, we caught our Caterpie. I like to feel like I've done something, and not something like repetitious, like not something that has to be done again. Okay, let's see. All right, we got Caterpie, which is just a worm, boring worm. Height is 1 foot, which that's a big old worm. 6 pounds. If you touch the feeler on top of its head, it will release a horrible stink to protect itself. I did not know that. Have they ever done that in the shows? I don't think they have. That's interesting. I would like to see that. Because I know in the episode where Misty's like all freaked out about bugs and everything, she touches one, don't she? Like it like hangs down or something. Huh, that would have been an interesting thing to see. But yeah, okay, certain things. Here we go, a Metapod. I could have already caught a Metapod. I ain't got no Pokeballs. I had to take me a drink, guys, because I'm coughing. As much as I'm trying to be energetic and talkative and everything, I still am sick. It's not easy. The weather over here in Tennessee is being a big old troll and wants to be cold one day, hot the next, and then everywhere in between. You wake up, you gotta turn on the heater. You go to sleep, you gotta turn on the air conditioner. It's freaking ridiculous. So that's what's got me. It's got me like this. It's got me messed up. Yeah, I don't like doing things like repetitious. Like, oh, I'm doing the same exact thing every single time with no variation whatsoever. And that's been every single job that I've ever had. I've worked at fast food places. I was being a typical Mexican, and I started my own lawn mowing business for a summer. When I was barely 14, made my first $1,000 with my dad's help. That taught me a lot about work ethic. Was able to buy my own school stuff that year, help my parents out a bit. And what else? I don't know. I've just always worked jobs like that. It's not fulfilling because you don't really see change. You know what I mean? Permanent change. My videos, I can go back and look at a video, my first video. Don't go back and watch it, but I can go back and watch it, and I can be like, dang, that dude, he didn't know what he was talking about. And I can see growth. I can see myself learning how to do different things, learning how to edit, learning how to set up the camera, just different stuff. And I see, you know, things actually happen, like actual progression. It's not just repetition. Hey, you have a Pokemon, come on, let's battle them. These kids, they just automatically think everybody wants to battle Pokemon. What you got? Caterpie? Yeah, I got a Caterpie too, dog. I got a bird that will eat your little freaking worm. I'm just gonna go for it. Sorry, that annoying beeping. I know. Oh, it's a critical hit. I'm just trying to win with my Pidgey because the trainer. Oh, never mind. We ain't gonna do that. He said we're not gonna do it, so we ain't gonna do it. But you get more XP from actual battles, don't you? Pretty sure you do. So who else? I guess this Nidoran. Which that don't look like no Nidoran. I don't know what that looked like. That don't look like no Nidoran. But anyways, it's just like, yeah, like, okay, like when you do something like you cut the grass, right? You cut it and it looks nice for a minute, and then like, at least where I live, like in less than a week, it already looks terrible. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just aggravating because you feel like you haven't done anything, like you haven't accomplished anything at all. And that's like even like how I felt, you know, with school a lot. Like I would work really hard and I would make good grades and stuff, but then I don't know, it just always seemed like I was working for nothing, because it seemed like no matter how hard I worked in school, I kept getting screwed over. Maybe I'll get more into that story another time. You know, because people can say like, oh, well, you had bad jobs. Well, you should have finished school. Well, I didn't finish school because of reasons that weren't completely my fault. Well, we're gonna beat this fool, and maybe I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about the iPod. You don't know. You won't know unless you come back. You should come back for the next episode. Is it gonna be the iPod? Is it gonna be school? What are we gonna be talking about on that day? I don't know. Basically everything I'm trying to say is I just like to see things change. That's my biggest deal. Is I want to see something happening. I don't want. I guess there's people that they can just go throughout their life and do nothing, and that's fine. Like they can just wake up every day, go to a boring job, come home, sit on their butt, be lazy, you know, go to sleep, wake up, do it over and over again, and that's fine. But see, to me, it's like I gotta do something more than just that, because then what's the point in doing anything if what you're doing is just the same thing and it's not helping anybody, it's not changing anything, you're not growing from it. You know what I mean? I mean, it'd be like if I gave you a glass of water and I said you can drink this glass of water, but you're still gonna be thirsty once you get done drinking it. I mean, what's the point? Why do that? It's like, yeah, you know, even after drinking a glass of water, you might become thirsty again later on, but if you're right afterwards, you still have that thirst and nothing's quenched, then what was the point in drinking in the first place? Spending that time. We got a level 4 Rattata, y'all. That's the point. But yeah, what's the point in spending that time doing something that's not accomplishing anything? I don't know. I'm getting too deep right now. Too much for Pokemon. That's what happens. That's why I like Pokemon. It makes me all philosophical and stuff. Only 70. Dude, that's all you had? Nah, homie, you gonna have to cough up that what's it called? That net. Alright, we gonna have to square off or something. Anyways, that's it for today's episode, guys. If you liked the video, be sure to go and stomp that like button. If you want to become a member of the Messed Up Mob, then subscribe as well as hit that notification bell. And remember, whether you game, you ball, or do nothing at all, do it messy, never sloppy, and peace out, y'all.